Max, just taking back to last Saturday, do you enjoy games like that, or do you rather have a quieter afternoon?
From a team perspective, obviously you want to have a quieter afternoon, but I'm there to do a job, and if I have lots to do, then so be it. And but like I said, it's better if you have less to do. Yeah. But obviously it didn't work out like that in the end.
And do you get a feeling, in the same way that I guess an outfield player would early on in a game, that this might be your game, that things are going well and you're feeling good?
Yeah, no, I felt good since coming in. So I haven't had loads to do in regards to shot stopping really. To get a couple of saves in quick succession is nice, and it does give you a bit of a confidence boost, which is good.
And I was going to mention that because obviously in terms of results recently, it hasn't been great, but you haven't been massively busy. Does that almost make it more frustrating that there are goals going past you and yet you're relatively quiet in a lot of games? Yeah,
definitely. It's you want to be solid and try and give as little chances as you can, but the results haven't been there. But as you said, I haven't been super busy, which can go one or two ways. So it's been a bit frustrating, but just try and build from that and try and keep me as quiet as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. And I wonder mentally that must be tough. 'Cause I was feeling for Stefan a bit the other night as well, because he's conceded 3 goals, but again hasn't really had a lot to do. Is that difficult to deal with mentally as much as anything sometimes?
Well, yeah, it's frustrating. Obviously, you don't want to let goals in, but it's going to happen. So it's a frustrating start, obviously, for Steph, but I thought he did well and couldn't really do anything about the goals. So yeah, it's a tough one to take, but I'm sure he's sound with it and has got peace of mind over it.
And for you, this is obviously a great opportunity. You've come into the team, you're playing well, even if results aren't there for the team as a whole. But do you see this as really important because you're not a young player anymore, are you? You're coming into potentially the prime of your career over the next few years. You want to be playing football, not sat on a bench.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that was my aim this year, to play football, and no one wants to be either out of the squad or not playing. So to get some games is good, but no, it's obviously focusing on results, and the performances will come with that, I think, when you get those results. So trying to string some positive results and one before the break would be obviously ideal.
Does this match have more importance because of that? Because let's face it, I can't remember a time when a team's had 2-3 week break in the middle of a season. Whatever happens on Saturday, for good or for bad, you're going to be sat with that for a few weeks, aren't you?
Yeah, of course. It's the same with any other international break. Obviously, it's a bit longer, so it's a bit weird, but yeah, you just want to be positive and get a good result.
And obviously, the position of the table is not great, but it is still so tight. Do you sort of tell yourselves as a squad 2 or 3 good results, and all of a sudden you're in the top half, let alone just outside the relegation zone?
Yeah, of course, it's so tight, and you see one round of fixtures can change everything. Try and pick up those points and get moving in the right direction.
Okay, so the game that you get a chance to do that is Watford, and after a slow start and obviously changing managers, which happens quite a lot, they're sort of picked up, and you look at their forward options, and you could have a busier afternoon than some days.
Yeah, no, they're obviously a real threat going forward, so we're aware of that, and try and nullify what they bring, and it'd be a good test for us to see how we deal with that. But yeah, it's going to be a tough game, but one we're looking forward to.
And do you do sort of specific work on certain strikers that you're coming up against, sort of what their preferences are, where they tend to run or shoot, or those kind of things? Is that something you do game in, game out?
Yeah, I'm sure most keepers across every league do that, and we have a look as a team at what their threats are and try and recreate them in training. We have a look every game and see what the opposition will bring and try and incorporate that into training. But obviously trying to focus on ourselves is the main thing, and I think that's what we need to do, is just focus on what we're doing and try and build from that.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
What's been the message this week, Max, after the Lincoln game on Tuesday?
Well, we haven't had too much time obviously since that, but it's just we need a reaction. We've said it a few times this year, and obviously you don't want to keep doing that. You want to be consistent. So to get a result is the main thing, really. So that's the main message.
What's kind of been the mood like, and is this the point where you need kind of the leaders in the team to step forward and have their say on the performances in general?
Yeah, of course, we speak as players on our own, and we speak with the staff as well. So just try and reinforce those messages, and they come from different people in the changing room. They can come from the young boys as well. So they've been good this year at stepping up and having their say, because we've got a lot of young boys playing. So I think it's better the more input you have. Obviously, you don't want to saturate it too much, but to get different opinions, and especially the more experienced boys, to have those voices in the changing room does help.
I don't think since you've come into the team, you've been arguably one of the most consistent performers. How have you assessed your performances?
Yeah, steady. That's all I want to be. I just want to try and be consistent, like you said. That's probably what you want to be. You want to be. The manager talks about reliability, so trying to be reliable and consistent, putting those solid performances. Don't want to get too high, too low. So yeah, just try and be consistent and keep that going.
I think back to last season when you came in the team, and then I think it was Swansea away, you picked up that injury and then came out. How kind of frustrating was that period for you, that you managed to break in and then all of a sudden one injury and you're having to play catch up again and force your way back in?
Yeah, it's hard. It happens. It's the first time really that I've got injured and come out of the team. So it's frustrating, but you have to work hard every day, and it's trying to get back in. It's not easy, especially when you've got someone like Bence there and Stefan now as well. So it's good competition. It's healthy. So we drive each other every day. It was tough trying to get back in.
But from that period that you had out, was there anything that you kind of worked on in your game in particular that you can improve, that you're now seeing the benefits from this time around?
Yeah, just trying to be positive all round and seeing if I can influence the game any way that I can, help out the back four, back five, whatever it is, and just try and be a bit more positive, and don't worry about making mistakes. If you make mistakes in a positive way, then it will happen. It's going to happen at some point. So trying to minimise those by being positive.
Ed touched on it now, that 26 and this is the time for you to be playing regular football. When we're coming into the summer period, was there a doubt that you would maybe have to look elsewhere on a loan deal or permanent to be able to find that, especially with Bence being the number one at the time and Badgers coming in? Where did you kind of see your position in the side at that period?
Yeah, I spoke with the manager over the summer, and he agreed with me, saying that I needed to play games, and he wanted me here still. So yeah, I just tried to push hard as I can, and obviously came in a few games ago. So yeah, I just needed to get out and play football. Last couple of years I haven't played a lot of football. Of course it was tough after the COVID stuff to have that availability to be able to go out on loan. Realistically, I probably would have done another one after Shrewsbury, but it didn't happen, so it's just the way it was. But yeah, this year was obviously trying to play as much as I can, and more than that, contribute to the team, because there's no point in just playing. You want to be doing well and trying to get the results.
And just final for me, Stefan Badgic, who's come in, what have you seen from him in training that you like, and his potential going forward?
Yeah, he's a good young lad. He works really hard. He loves staying out on the pitches. He has to get dragged in half the time, which is a good thing, of course. He's been really positive since coming. Obviously, you want that first impression to be really good. So yeah, he's had a bit of catch up to do, obviously with the injury that he came in with, which would have been frustrating. But he's been he's been really good for me and Bence to have another one breathing down the necks.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, no worries.
So just in regards, since you've come into the team, but quite a different kind of set at back three, it's continuously changed due to injury, due to suspension and things like that. Does your game change at all by who's playing in the back three at all, or you just focus on your own game?
Bit both really. I think it happened a bit last year as well. We changed around a bit, but you can only affect what's in front of you. So if you've got those injuries or suspensions or anything, it's going to have to change. But in regards to changing, not particularly. No, I know different players bring different attributes. So Pringy's he's good carrying the ball forward, and he's got that athleticism. So he's been really good. I think the last few games that he's come in, he's been really solid in a position which he probably doesn't prefer playing to what he usually does. But he's been really good, and served the other boys with me so far. Just trying to get that consistency. Obviously, if there's changes, trying to keep it as the same as it was before.
Obviously, you're World Cup forward, but the potential perhaps, if you were to be called up, you might go away on international. Is that a location, do you think, that you're running this side might obviously help your international prospects?
Yeah, of course. It was nice to be involved in the last one from the beginning. I've been on a couple now, so yeah, to be there from the start on the last one was good. So hopefully, if I put in good performances here, then that might be something that happens. Yeah.
And we spoke. I think Tony probably said the benefits of playing international football. As a goalkeeper, do you ever get any benefits from being with a different coach and see different players with goalkeepers at different levels?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, the guys there who I've been with have been really good, and I was the oldest one there, so it felt a bit weird being the senior goalkeeper, but they were really good, and just to see the different ways that people work and to have those different inputs from managers and coaches, etc. The whole setup there is very promising, and it's a good group of mix between young and old. So yeah, it's a good experience to go out and have something different, just to sort of help me and see things a different way as well.
And then obviously there'll be a 3-week break period, obviously there'll be a time when you'll come back, but do you have any plans at all that you're going to work on to everything? It's just going to be a time that you can relax a bit and then come back and approach the season head on?
Yeah, it's been hectic, with how many games we've had, trying to squeeze them all in. So a little bit of a break, see where I am, and then we've got 2 weeks, I think, before we come back. So it'll be nice to have some time on the training pitch with the team, and we can work on specific things if we want to, which is good.